Good afternoon to you all, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon to everyone. Thanks for joining us. Federal government of Nigeria today have closed every case against Nnamdi Kanu. And the Defense Council have 14 days to drop a written note or something, a kind of a written note that states no case statement or a no case letter. I don't know. I'm not a lawyer, but whatever I hear, you hear from me today, or whatever you hear from me this afternoon, is my own personal opinion. Not as a lawyer, but as an individual, as a Biafran, as a media man, and as a core supporter and follower of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and Mazi Simon Ekpa. So, without not taking much of your time, I want you to just listen just a few lines from this message, where we got most of the things we need to tell you. And at the same time, this message is comprises of two different messages. North Carolina is now an Igbo state in United States of America. I will show you the news and I will read everything the way it is. But before we go to that news, which is the main reason why we are here, let us listen from my own brother from another mother. By name, Okocha Happy Marcel. He have a lot of things to say regarding the court appearance of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. All working for good. Don't forget, I told us earlier that DSS have washed their hands off the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. I said it earlier before today. And today again, the federal government have already seen all the whole evidence that they brought against Kanu is unadmissible. In other words, they don't have any single evidence against Nnamdi Kanu. Just mark that one as number one. So that yesterday, after the court, after DSS witness disgraced them, they went home in shame. They washed their hand off the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So today, the so-called Nigerian government have already seen that even if they pursue this case to 100 years, to all of them have a white beard, begin to watch with walking stick, that they cannot see anything incriminating in the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. So now they have also washed their hands off Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's case. But the question then is, what next? What next, in the sense that the people holding Mazi Nnamdi Kanu might not be federal government. Don't forget, now federal government have washed their hand off the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. This issue is complicating, but some people will not analyze this to you based on what I'm telling you now. They will just pick very vital point that will make you to like what they said. To me, I don't paint words. I cannot gaslight you or sugarcoat lie and it becomes true to your ear so that you can like me. No. Whatever I told you is exactly the way it is. What next now on the case of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu? Don't forget, I said it in earlier, that these people are buying time just to be, they want to break Mazi Nnamdi Kanu's spirit. But they have seen that the guy is unbreakable. Don't forget, when this case started earlier, when James Omoto just started from 6, 8, 9, 10, he said, oh, this case have lingered. I don't want it to continue. I have to end it. This thing started from far back March. We passed March, we passed April, we passed May. Now we are in June. The same person who said that he want to end the case from March, when the trial started, when he continued, when the trial of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, or rather the file was handed over to James Omoto, it have taken 3 months, still counting. Now the case now have been adjourned to 18th of next month, which is July. Yes, I know this month have finished already. Today is 19th, so we have just maybe, let's call it one complete month. For the Defense Council, which is Kanu Agabi, what they call it? What is the name of this woman? Ibazo, SAN, and the rest of other sons and the other ones who are representing Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. But let me not go too far. Let us listen to this. Just a little tip of the iceberg of what you are going to expect in the coming days. I just want to play it to you so that you will understand the lyrics, because Everybody have their own gift. I have my own gift. You have your own gift. So please let us listen to him.
Today is Thursday, the 19th day of June 2025. Everything I am going to say in this video is from my own opinion.
Yes.
It's from my experience of following this Nnamdi Kanu case. So I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a presiding judge. I don't have any legal degree or even legal diploma. So let's get it started. Today, the Federal Republic of Nigeria closed its case against Nnamdi Kanu. The court granted the defense 14 days to file its written address on a no-case submission and 14 days to prosecution to respond. The court then adjourned to 18th of July. What that means is that the Nigerian government has finally closed their case on Nnamdi Kanu matter.
Yes.
Meaning everything they have against Nnamdi Kanu, they have deposited it in court. They don't have any other thing again against him. And the court now said that the defense team has been given 14 days from today to file they call it a no case. Okay, that is for them to come out to say, look at what happened. This is our argument. This is the reason why we said what the federal government presented before the court has no basis. So, and after that, the prosecution team, that is the Nigerian government side, are going to respond to what Nnamdi Kanu side we file. Then after that, on 18th of July, then they will come back to court. And I think after that 18th, if there is no judgment on that day, they will fix another date for judgment as well. Now, I think I should be able to say that the Justice James Omotosho did as he said. What do I mean? I'm only talking about the accelerated hearing. During the time of Justice Binta Nyako, I'm not saying Justice Binta Nyako is this or that, I'm just trying to share my own opinion. During the time of Justice Binta Nyako, the case was like, what is this? Everyday quarrel in the court because Binta Nyako, Nnamdi Kanu and his team don't have confidence that she's going to do what is right. So they were trouble during that time before Justice James Omotosho came in. I'm not saying that, I have full confidence in Nigeria judiciary or I this or that. No, that's not what I'm saying. But at least Justice James Omotosho said that Nnamdi Kanu have stayed long enough in the detention. That when he was arrested the first time, I think he was how many years? 40 something now.
You hear it? That is exactly what James Omotosho said earlier on. That Nnamdi Kanu's case have lingered for so long that you need to end it today and tomorrow. That was why they have to fix that age 6, 7, 8, 10, 12, 13 of last previous 3 months. But today, how far? That is what you are going to ask yourself. How far? Are you hearing me now? So the question there now, where everybody is asking now is what next? As Nigerian government have washed their hand off the Kanu's case, what excuse me, what is next thing to do? What is next thing to do? That is the question. Because to me, I have said it countless times, that Nigerian government are only, in fact, they are using Nigerian government as proxy. Fulani cabals have hands in what is happening to Nnamdi Kanu because, one, they said Nnamdi Kanu is a terrorist. Why they are the one who are brewing terrorists on daily basis, even calling them repentant terrorists, Boko Harams, and initiate them into the military. Another one again, stakeholders in the southeast, both the appointed ones and selected ones who said they are elected, are also part of the problem of Nnamdi Kanu. Then what about the global entirely? They are also part of the problem of Nnamdi Kanu. So that is the question now everybody have to ask. What next after this? Let us listen more before we go to other news that brought us here.
It's 50 something after 10 years that is determined to make sure that this case will come to an end. And I think he did it today. The case has come to an end. So within next 2 days in court, the judgment will be ready. So I think that is the reason why I said, yeah, he tried, he did according to what he said. So I'm not a lawyer, as I said before, but let us look forward to seeing how the outcome is going to be. But when I analyze how the judgment, everything went through, I am confident that Nnamdi Kanu don't have that too much case, according to how people elaborated it. As if Nnamdi Kanu took knife to cut people's neck. As if Nnamdi Kanu, they saw him with gun and all those things. But I the end of the case, I also thank the defense team of Nnamdi Kanu because, presenting an evidence before the court, bringing someone before the court is not the issue. The issue is, do you have the ability and what it takes, the evidence and the requirement to prove your case? That was where the federal government side flaw, because every argument they brought to the court, for example, the issue of NSAS, that was number one powerful thing that the federal government thought they could use to take Nnamdi Kanu down. The issue of NSAS that Nnamdi Kanu commanded people to bond all those buses. Now, they asked them, no problem, they bring those people who bond the buses that they arrested and ask them whether Nnamdi Kanu sent them, number one. Bring the plate number of the buses to confirm that, yes, these are the buses they bond. All those things they were unable to bring in. So it's not enough to come out to say, Tinubu killed Donald Trump. It's a statement. I can make that statement.
Exactly.
That Tinubu is the one that massacred people in Benue. I can make that statement. Do I have the proof that Tinubu killed those people in Benue State? So anybody that alleged must prove. Now, after that, they started talking about that someone said Nnamdi Kanu asked him to kill 2,000 people, and the person was able, 30,000 people, the person was able to kill 2,000 people. And at the end, they asked them to bring evidence. They started bringing Vanguard online newspaper. Okay, the Vanguard online newspaper now, call the person that posted that thing to bring evidence. Nowhere to be found. Do you interview the journalist? No. The person that said this, do you arrest him and interview him? No. So where do you see your proof that Nnamdi Kanu sent him to do that? That was another flaw. Then they started talking about the issue of broadcasting. Broadcasting. I think at the end, Nnamdi Kanu will be.
You see the problem about with the Nigerian government? They are confused. They are totally confused. Are you hearing me now? They are confused. They don't know what to do. They don't know where to hold Nnamdi Kanu. You see, I keep saying it that the worst mistake Nigerian government do under Buhari and Malami is to go and abduct Nnamdi Kanu. Extraordinary rendition is a kind of case that even until 100 years to come, Nigerian government will never get out of it. And even if they dare get out of it, they are going to pay through their nose to the person whom they extraordinary rendition, which is Nnamdi Kanu. If Nnamdi Kanu got in freedom tomorrow, I can tell you for free of charge, just take this, take it to any bank, take it to anywhere. He's going to shift Nigerian mouth to one side. He's going to pursue them until the day they said Nigeria is no more. That is when that guy will give up. Or maybe along the line, they sleep, carry eye, go. You understand what I mean? But Nigerian government and those ones who are behind this extraordinary rendition of Nnamdi Kanu will pay dearly for it. I don't know how he's going to do it, but I can tell you that guy, he might tell you he forgive, but he never forgive. That is the Biafran spirit. But one thing about Biafran is that they will love you, they will play with you, they will show you all kind of loves and affection that you needed. But please, do not push them to the wall. That's exactly what they did to Nnamdi Kanu. And that iron they are pushing inside the fire and they want to touch it is going to really burn their arms. I can tell you free of charge. Let us continue listening to this before we can be able to jump into another news.
Duty about the issue of broadcasting for bringing radio equipment into Nigeria that is supposed to go through the license. If I bring broadcasting equipment to Nigeria by violating Nigeria Broadcasting Corporation license something, I read it. The fine is not above 1 million naira. The fine is 500,000 to 2 million. So is that why you hold somebody for 10 years for bringing radio equipment? The fine is 500,000 to 2 million naira. Is that why? What is another case again? There are so many laughable cases they brought against Nnamdi Kanu. For me, the senior advocate of Nigeria that also came into Joyan Loijimako, they tried because where I see that they did a marvelous job was during cross-examination. Because cross-examination is a tool. I'm not calling it just a process. It's a tool to veto every evidence they brought against you. Because you've got to ask the person question. Where the person is lying, you will discover them. Sometimes they will say this during the evidence. During cross-examination, they will say the opposite. They said that Nnamdi Kanu was happy when he was testifying when he came to Nigeria. Then they asked them to bring the video evidence. They brought the video. The judge saw that Nnamdi Kanu was telling them, I need my lawyer. This is the 10th time I'm granting an interview without my lawyer. The law says I should not grant an interview without my lawyer. That was where Justice James Omotosho said, no, I will not admit those things. So when you look at all these things, you will see that it is because of hatred that is making them to terrorists that was declared wanted have killed over 1,000 people. Ado Aniero. The military is still having meeting with him. Nobody's saying anything. The Nietiala leader that was charged for treason for sponsoring for bandits. They remain saying nobody knows the reason why. So because Nnamdi Kanu's name sounds Igbo, or because they hate him for his influence.
No, because he's from the southeast.
Never carried weapon against anybody. If you are an adult and someone said Nnamdi Kanu preached that made him to carry weapon, if you are an adult, if someone sent you to carry weapon, see, you that carry that weapon, you are the one that the law is going to hold. You are not a minor. But if the person is a minor, if you ask him to even carry weapon to go and do something, if they catch him, he say you are the one that sent him. They don't believe the minor go to because the person is a minor, not an adult. Bringing cases of proxies. The whole case the federal government brought against Nnamdi Kanu are proxy cases.
Proxy.
One case for breaking.
Have you ever heard where they are prosecuting somebody? You call it a criminal case, and that case is based on hearsay. The hearsay Onya will make comment on Vanguard. The hearsay Butuzo make comment on a Vanguard newspaper. The hearsay this one make comment on Daily Post. That is what Nigerian government as a country. We're not talking about local government here. We're not talking about individual. We're talking about a country of over 200 million people went out there to make caricature of their own self. Chai, one Owagurago, I swear to God, Owagurago. Let me not take much of your time. Let's continue listening to this wonderful message from my brother from another mother, Okocha Happy Marcel. And as you listen, please make sure you are dropping your opinion at the comment section, because this message, I suppose you guys both viral. I suppose you guys is both viral.
Equipment. Do not forget that from the beginning of the case, the DSS told the court, that is the first day of Justice James Omotosho handling the case, they told the court that they did not find anything terrorism or incriminating apart from the radio equipment.
Let me just pause it here and make one comment, because some people, if you are watching or you are following Nnamdi Kanu's case, or rather when this trial started by this new judge, Justice James Omotosho, you find out that earlier on, when they were interviewing the so-called DSS staff, who claims he's the one that arrested Nnamdi Kanu, interrogated him, they asked him, when you arrested him or when you invaded his house in Afara Uku Ibeku, Abia State, do you find anything incriminating, like gun, bombs, even if it is half bullet, the one that are being used? They said no. But the same people later come back again and keep on saying, in order for this, is importing equipment for terrorism, is importing Keneko, Abawa. And you are dealing with learned colleagues there. You are dealing with learned SANs. You are dealing with learned judge. To the extent, that was why, you see, this is the reason, because their inconsistency is irritating. Nigeria inconsistency is irritating. Let us continue listening to the message, and very soon we are going to round up the show. Please, another message. The other message of North Carolina being Igbo State is going to come after this message. So please stay tuned. After this, we are going to make it, because if you have to join the message together, you might not watch it to the end. You might not know what happened, why North Carolina is now an Igbo state in United States of America. So we are going to do it a separate message. So please let us continue listening to this before we round up.
It's clear. They sponsored news outlets like Vanguard News, Premium Times, all those things. The reason why I use the word they sponsor is allegedly, but the way they publish things against Nnamdi Kanu, that is the reason why I said they sponsored them to be deceiving the public about Nnamdi Kanu, portraying him to be evil, which he is not. So another thing they said, Opuzodema said Nnamdi Kanu was the one that killed people in Imo State. Okay, bring the video now. They brought the video. Opuzodema was saying the killing in Imo State is not from.
It's not by IPOB.
That was another flaw. They keep on dying in the court.
You see, if Nigeria or Zojuria, whatever we choose to call them, is a country that is working well, believe me, my brother, the persecution, the DSS, the witness, everybody, including the so-called Awomolo SAN, supposed to be in jail by now, because they lie under oath. when you go to court to testify as a witness, you are being given, either you are going as a Christian or as a Muslim. They give you your own doctrine for you to use to swear. If you are a traditionalist, you use it to swear. So upon this oath, he said, whatever I said here will be no, I've forgotten because I've never been there before, so let me not just say what I don't know. Or rather, they will always said, the evidence I will give to this court will be the truth and nothing but the truth, and so help me God. So when you go to that same box, that witness box, and after swearing that your evidence are going to give, or testimony are going to give, or you are testifying against somebody is truth and nothing but the truth, and you lied, see yet the court proceeds. From day one till today, they closed Nnamdi Kanu's case. I mean, the federal government, the DSS, and their so-called witness have been lying. In fact, they even sometimes they use their own gun to shoot themselves on their leg. Yes, they shoot themselves on their own leg, which is very, very bad. Because you want to prosecute Nnamdi Kanu, you want to make him to become the bad one among the baddest, but he is not. He is the victim here. He is the victim. You people are victimizing him. Even when he's supposed to be the victor, you victimize him. Make all manner of broadcasts using media propaganda against him. And that is exactly the stigma that the Biafrans or the Igbos are suffering till today. About the 1966 coup, which the BBC and Yoruba media said it was an evil coup. Simply because most of them, Awolowo, Obasanjo, and all of them, because of their chameleonic nature, you know, they are chameleon in nature. They hide when the thing want to backfire. But all of them are part of the plan. So when the thing backfired, they wouldn't, nobody saw them in the picture. Then you turn back and said it's an Igbo coup. Even the orchestrator of that coup, which is Major Cardinal Zogu, is more like an Hausa man than an Igbo man. That he came from Delta State does not mean he was being born and brought up in Delta. He was being born, brewed, grilled, and he started everything and ended from Kaduna. That's why his name ends in Lieutenant Major General Kaduna Zogu. He's just like an Hausa man. If guy is not taking himself, maybe the blood of an Igbo man inside him is just only 20%. But they call it an Igbo coup. Kaduna Zogu, who acknowledged or being an Hausa man than an Igbo man because he's not answering Adamu or Musa. That was why when that happened, it becomes an Igbo coup. Just to stigmatize the Igbos, or rather, let's use this word, to give dog a bad name to hang him, which is very, very bad. Few messages and we'll round up, please. There's no time, I bet make on the listen,
They convict an innocent man. Apart from that, they say Nnamdi Kanu is the one that asked them to do the prison break in Imo State.
Yeah.
All right. Are you there? Bring the surveillance. There are cameras around them.
Okay.
Up to today, the reason why they did not release the camera is because the security operative, Nigerian security operative, they were responsible for that outbreak. Another evidence shows that DSS and military kill people in war. Contrary to what DSS presented, that it was IPOB and Nnamdi Kanu. And the question continues: who is not killing people in Enugu?
Okay.
Who is not killing people in Ebonyi?
Okay.
Who is not killing the people in Abia State?
In Benue.
And from across the nation, Osun, Ekiti, Delta, Edo, all this Benue, who is not killing these people?
Is it Nnamdi Kanu?
So, it is so unfortunate that the hate and animosity against this man has no limit. And the DSS as well, they should understand one thing. Everything you are doing because they are paying you how much? 200,000, 150,000, 100,000. Everything you are doing in the name of order, you should be able to do it because very soon you will still need that place. You are not going to stay there forever.
Power is transient.
What I'm saying is, any day of Nnamdi Kanu court case, they will go and knock road far away from court. They will knock it like what they did today.
Let us just say, let's call it a day. Let's call it a day. I think we have had enough from this my brother from another mother. And you can as well agree with me that everything worketh good for them that believe it. Nnamdi Kanu is a free man. And according to the prophecy, Nnamdi Kanu is supposed to be free between yesterday and today. But I have seen how they change it. You have seen how they turn the goalpost. Making the prophet now to look like a prophet of doom. But notwithstanding, we are moving forward. And there's no anything anybody can do about it. I want to end this video here, but I would like you to do me a favor. Please, as you are watching, make sure you drop your opinion at the comment section of this video. All is very, very important and very, very necessary. When you comment, we will know whether we are doing it right or we are doing it wrong. Most importantly also, keep subscribing for more interesting videos. I will be right back. Have a nice day. Kachineke mezuoku. I love you all. Wala otikpoju. I swear wala otikpoju.